Tonight, I want to talk to you about your liberty. I want to talk about preserving your liberty, preserving our nation and our nation's ideals. And it really does begin with you. You have to take care of yourself. You have to teach things to your children. You have to learn new things in history. And we have to figure out a way to preserve our wealth, because we are redistributing it. We are. And when I say wealth, I don't mean just talking about the rich people. I'm talking about whatever it is that you have. If you think you're safe because you're not the wealthiest 1%, I have news for you. No matter what you make, you are considered rich compared to the rest of the globe. Did you know that if you make $30,000 a year, you are in the wealthiest 7% of the world? Let's talk to somebody who makes $30,000 a year and tell them that. And say the rest of the world says you're greedy. You're a greedy, evil, rich American. $30,000 a year. Let me show you the direction of the power players, the uber-rich, the connected, our leaders. Where should we be headed next? Watch.
Although tonight I speak to you not as a candidate for president, but as a citizen, a proud citizen of the United States and a fellow citizen of the world.
We created global trade, we created global finance, we created global companies, but we forgot to create a global government.
We need to bring China into the creation of a new world order.
And we need global regulation.
As students, as workers, or as global citizens.
This is the moment when we must build on the wealth that open markets have created and share its benefits more equitably.
Share better in the wealth, to rebalance the power.
Bring about redistributive change.
A degree of redistribution.
Redistribute wealth.
To distribute wealth.
Growth and global development.
To mobilize more partners and deliver results.
Give them the wealth! Give them the wealth!
Okay. So that's the option. Redistribute the wealth globally. Congressman Anthony Weiner had a press conference yesterday. He's accusing one of the sponsors of my program, Goldline, of, quote, ripping off customers. And I'm involved. And he's just fighting for the little guy. We took apart the truths and untruths for this report, and I would give them to you now, but I've decided I'm not going to waste my precious airtime on Weiner facts. So we have now WEINERFacts.com, and I want you to go there right now. Whoops, there we go. I want you to go to WEINERFacts.com. There we go. Here's WEINERFacts.com, and you'll find all of the little facts about Weiner. There's Weiner there, right there. Now let me ask you this. What are the odds that the president doesn't know that 1, 2, 3 of his advisors and now one congressman, Weiner, is doing this to this program? What is it they're afraid of? Ah! I know. Probably our track record, mainly on the economy, the auto industry, health care, you know, those things. But this is really the answer. I want to show you this. This is Amazon.com, the top 25 movers and shakers on Amazon.com in the books. And if you look at this and you see this, I've never seen anything like this before. The Federalist Papers are on there. The Real Thomas Jefferson is on there. The Wives of the Signers, that was the David Barton book that he said. Here's George Washington's Sacred Fire. Look at this one. America's Godly Heritage. I mean, do you see this? Separation of church and state. It's amazing what's happening in this country. There is a revival of truth and faith. 17 out of the 25 movers and shakers on Amazon.com are either about the Constitution, the founders, or their religion. This show has directly talked about at least 11 of those 17, and the other 6 are related to those 11. There is a revival going on in America, and that's what has them terrified. A revival of truth, information, our founders, and faith, and you keep it up. That is what they're afraid of. They have worked 100 years to get you to be fat, lazy, and stupid. And in under a year, you're dismantling all of those lies. That's why I've been focusing on faith, hope, and charity. Those truly are our gold standard. That is the secret to all of it. Those are the only things that are going to hold us together because, gang, we're going to need each other when times come down. We're also going to need to know the truth. After all of the bank failures in the 1930s, people stocked up on gold. People needed gold. This is an original gold coin. It wasn't taken by the government. And see, they could do that. April 5th, 1933, executive order came out, and FDR ordered citizens to give up their gold and trade it all into the Treasury. If you said, hell no, I won't go, I'm keeping my gold, you would pay a huge fine or 10 years in prison. The only gold that survived was considered art or collectibles. That's why Weiner is very upset, because I buy these. But you can buy this. This is a brand new one. Congressman Weiner warns consumers by saying that gold is a non-inflation-based high, that it's at a non-inflation-based high. Okay, implying it's not a good investment. It's a non-inflation-based high, because we're at a peak. Really, you'd be buying at the peak. But let's adjust for inflation, just so we're not shady or a Weiner. But right now, gold is just under $1,200. Okay, non-inflation-based high. He's right. Back in 1980, gold hit a then record of $873 an ounce. See, you're at the top. No. That's what Wieners say. Non-Wieners point out inflation matters, because this, with inflation, is actually $2,287. This number is bigger than this number. Not even close. Inflation. He tried to make people, I mean, these people are amazing. He tried to make people believe that inflation doesn't matter. This is a $20 gold coin, okay? When this came out in the 1900s, you could go in and buy a really good men's suit with this. $20 worth of piece of gold. That's it. $20. Okay? Have we inflated things? Has there been inflation since this was minted? I could go and buy a good suit with this. Well, I could buy a good suit, which is not this. I could go out and buy a good suit for about $1,200, which is what gold's at now. Inflation. This is the same. It was $20 when they made it. It's $1,200 now. Congressman Weiner, under the guise of attacking me, is not really attacking me. He's trying to put blinders on this society. That's why they're all laying out their plans right now. But too many Americans aren't paying attention to it, and you're going to be backed into a corner. You're not going to be able to see what's coming. You won't be able to do anything about it.
Experts are calling this economic crisis the worst since the Great Depression. The Fed is printing money faster than ever to pay for Wall Street bailouts and our $10 trillion debt. You don't have to watch your hard-earned savings shrink to nothing. Invest in gold. I got into gold 10 years ago. It's the smartest move I ever made.
Sometimes you have only one opportunity to insure your assets before disaster strikes. And how will you protect your investments? Gold. Gold is easy to buy, easy to sell. It has never been worth zero, and the timing may never be better.
Hi, I'm Scott Carter with Goldline, and we're proud to be celebrating our 50th anniversary. Goldline's been in business since 1960 with a strong, consistent track record. We have more than $500 million in revenue and over 300 employees serving investors. Goldline ranks high from an independent consumer rating service. Let us prove to you why so many satisfied clients choose Goldline for their second, third, and fourth purchases.
Have you watched the national debt climb with no end in sight? Big government is spending taxpayers' money at a record pace, and your financial future could be at risk. That's why conservative investors are turning to gold. At Merit Financial, we've been helping Americans protect their hard-earned wealth with gold and silver investments for almost a quarter century.
Well, if you missed some of the show, you might want to check out Obama's apology tour and some of the other stuff that was spent on the show today. You can go to glennbeck.com and spread the stuff around, will you?